Today, we're going to settle the Mexican Coke versus the US Coke debate once and for all, and we're going to break down some of the marketing lessons hidden inside this fight. I grew up on the Texas-Mexico border, so part of me feels like if I can't figure out which is which, then I probably need to have like my Spanglish card revoked. But also, like, I don't drink a ton of Coke, so I'm actually not even sure if I'm going to be able to tell the difference between these two, much less end up having a preference out of them. So this is going to be interesting. We can't really do a blind taste test without it actually being blind. So I'm going to hand these off to Susanna. And while she goes and puts those into cups for me to taste, actually blind, we're going to talk a little bit about why brands benefit from debates exactly like this. Okay, so first, why does this debate exist? Well, in a large part, this debate exists because people love having teams, right? Debating something like this gives them some identity, especially when it's something that is nuanced and as secretive as the Coke formula. When people feel like they can figure out which is which and they can like have a preference and a favorite, if they have a preference, it puts them on Team Mexican Coke or Team US Coke, right? But it makes them feel like they've got something special going for them in this. And like, it's not just taste. A lot of it is nostalgia, it's tradition, like even it's regional packaging. Like the funniest thing about this, right, is that these come in the glass bottles that everyone like are so iconic for Coke. And then, like I mentioned, it helps that like the Coke recipe's always been a secret. So people feel like they're really smart when they figure something out or like they're uncovering something here. So why is this so powerful for marketing? Well, we all have an idea that like controversy gets attention faster than consensus, right? People get more to airtime and more attention when they're doing something slightly controversial. Like if you look at Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, half of their brand is Friendly Feuds. A brand that doesn't have a point of view, that has two obvious sides to it, leaves people with nothing to rally around. But when they do have that, people see that, they have an emotional reaction to it. That's really strong, right? And that will drive more word of mouth than like any feature list ever will. Okay, so here's a big question, right? How do small business owners use this ethically? Aha, oop, we have cups. All right. There's an A on this one, and there is a B somewhere on this one. I don't know if y'all can actually see that. This is A, this is B. I have no clue which is which. Small business owners can use this. First and foremost, keep in mind, you do not have to pick fights. You just need a stance. You do not have to be, this doesn't have to be political. I know that's kind of the first place people go when they think controversy, but like, obviously, it does not have to be political. Like, you could be sweet versus savory or bold versus minimal or structured versus messy and like really truly take that point of view and own that and fight for that. When you are willing to take that POV and you are willing to like tell people what you believe clearly, loudly, confidently, the right ones will end up bonding with you. Biggest thing to keep in mind is that people do not defend bland brands. There's nothing there to defend. You have to give them something to hold on to. So let's taste test. I guess we'll start with A because, you know, A. My gut says this is a Mexican Coke right off the bat because I have heard that it has a little bit more of a vanilla flavor to it. And this one definitely feels like it has a vanilla flavor to it. Also, I feel very bougie because like I think I just did like the wine sip where you like suck it in with a bunch of air and then swish it. And I feel bougie. I don't know if I look bougie. Oh my God. That's okay. I'm 99% sure that is US Coke and that's Mexican Coke. And dear God, I suddenly get why everyone fights so vehemently about this because I much prefer this one. Am I right? I'm wrong? I'm backwards? Oh my God, I'm backwards. That's amazing. All right, so I definitely messed that one up. That's hysterical. I actually prefer the US Coke. I feel like this one has more vanilla. It has a little bit more flavor to it. This one just feels a little bit more flat and bland to me, which is hysterical. Okay, so question, right? Now I'm very curious. All right, I officially give up my Spanglish card. Do you think you could pick? Can you tell the difference between the two? Which one do you prefer? Because remember, like whether or not you agree with my pick here, controversy creates loyalty. When you get people arguing for you one way or the other, right? When you get them to have strong opinions, it creates a strong brand. You want people talking about you without spending a dime, right? If you want them to do that, you're going to have to give them a stance worth like reacting to. My videographer, Susanna, stole my Mexican Coke, so I will have to hold these two out and say, which one do you prefer?